Hey y'all. So remember I told you that most men are narcissists, not all. I said most. Most men are narcissistic. That is the reason they're going off on women when they try to make a move. And the woman gently, politely, because she knows y'all are off. A lot of y'all are off. She's gentle. She's polite. I'm sorry. I'm seeing someone. I'm sorry. I have a boyfriend. I'm sorry. I'm married. Or whatever the case is, I'm just not interested. And some of them will get angry and scream and yell. Some of them will start insulting you, insulting your appearance. A lot of times what they'll do is they will talk way too much and they will just blah 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 blah, 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 because they're trying to use uh uh you know tons and tons of words to bust through your boundary, and so it gets to a point in time when you don't need to have a long drawn out conversation with this fool. You done told him, especially certain people are way too aggressive, and she's already, look here, she's already told you she's not interested. How many different languages do you need it said in? She is not interested. That doesn't mean you throw in a massive word salad and start talking more and more and more. And ladies, don't have these long drawn out conversations with him. Let me explain something to you. You know what's very powerful? Silence. Silence is loud. Silence is very loud. You don't have to tell him 50,000 ways that you're not interested and why you're not interested. You've already told him once, max twice. So when he goes into this verbal tirade and he's just throwing all this mumbo jumbo words at you, just throwing words, you just stare at him and don't say a word. Or keep going about your business. Or if you have to call the police, you call the police, because they're not going to want to argue with somebody with a gun. Although if they're crazy, they will. Because God knows crazy people challenge cops every day. But you do not have to give him 5,000 explanations. You know why? Let me explain you something. Most men are narcissists. They prove it every day. When a man tells another man something one time, he doesn't have to explain to that brother, and that's not a black thing, that's a guy thing. He don't have to explain to that brother a million different ways why he feels the same. Like, for example, young guy who usually cuts your grass is like, yo, man, can I cut your grass Saturday? Because I need a few dollars. Nah, man, I don't need it done Saturday. Oh, okay. Well, if you change your mind, give me a call because, I need a few dollars. Men understand other men the first time. They do not sit here for half an hour and argue with the guy. Now, some people are assholes. They will argue because they just get off on arguing. They're just not mentally all there at all, period. But most men, they tell a guy something once, the guy understands the first time. He don't say, well, can I cut you grass? No, I'm good. I'm good for now. Oh, come on, man. You want your grass cut. I mean, look at it. It's not, they don't usually go into a tirade. Sometimes people will do it, but 99.9% of the time, men understand other men the first time. However, when they get to talking to women, they want you to explain 5,000 times, and women will fall into that trap. You tell them once, maximum twice, which you shouldn't have to tell him twice because you already told him once, unless he's got a hearing problem. He heard you the first time. What did I just tell you? Didn't I tell you I'm not interested? I'm not interested, period. And then you can just stand there and stare at him and let him throw his word salad everywhere. Hopefully you've got your weapon in your hand just in case you need it. They are trying to conquer as many booties as humanly possible. How dare you not cooperate? How dare you? That's their narcissistic attitude. Some will get violent because you said no. I told you they were off. The majority of them are off. Mature men who are not mentally ill understand that you don't always get your way. People don't all automatically like you just because you like them. And these men don't like you anyway. They just feel entitled to your booty. They don't like you. They hate us. That is the reason why they resort to personal insults when you don't give them what they want. They are narcissists. You don't tell a narcissist, no, you've just declared war. No one tells them no. If I want a piece of tail, I'm supposed to get a piece of tail. You don't know who I am? Okay. Do not stand here and hyper explain. Men do not hyper explain to other men. They do not hyper explain to each other. They don't. Because dudes understood the first time when the dude said, nah, man, I'm not going to watch a Super Bowl over at so-and-so's house. I'm going to go over here instead. Oh, okay, man. All right, man. I'll talk to you later. There's no words that are thrown at him. Oh, what? Why are you going to do that? Why are you going to do that? What's up with you? Why you got attitude? Why can't you? They do that to women, but they don't do that to other men. So you say what you have to say, and that's all. You don't have to say it 5,000 times, 10,000 times. Men understand when a man tells them the first dang flipping time. I have never heard men discussing something, and when one man says, nah, man, I'm not down, and the other guy says, oh, come on, man, what's up with you? Why you acting like that? You acting all stuck up now. What's your problem? Why you... And on and on and on and on. No. Men understood you the first freaking time. They're just pissed off that you are not cooperating. And they're narcissistic and egotistical and feel entitled. When I said, I'm interested, you're supposed to pull your panties down right now, right here, right now in the supermarket. How dare you tell me no? How dare you resist me? And then if the woman, listen to how stupid they get. If a woman says, I'm married, but thank you. Oh, so your husband, he don't allow you to have friends? Excuse me? Why don't you tell her husband that you want to be his wife's friend and see how well that goes over? That's going to go over like a lead balloon, dumbass. Tell her husband that. In fact, you know what you should do as a woman? Tell him, well, I'll tell you what, since you want to be my friend, let me give you my husband's number and you can ask him, could you be friends with me? And tell me how well that works for you. You must want your ass handed to you on a platter. Are you like stupid or something? Of course they are. They're stupid, they're narcissistic, and they're entitled. You're supposed to give me everything I tell you that I want. I don't care how polite you are. I don't care how nice you are. You're still resisting me, and I'm a king. No one resists me. I'm all that in a bag of chips. I'm above God. When God has questions, he asks me. That is their narcissistic mentality. Do not go on these long explanations with these mofos. They heard you the first time. They just don't give a shit. Silence works like a charm. You stop and you stare. And like I said, hopefully you got your weapon in your hand. You don't say a freaking word. Oh, that's why you a ugly bitch. Now, you weren't an ugly bitch a minute ago. I just want you to know this. And look at how you dress. You dress like a clown. And you did. We're going to act like a little child now, and we're going to throw little high school insults out because he didn't get what he wanted. You say what you got to say, and you don't say nothing else. You just stare him down and don't say another word. If you have Android, you can put Noon Light. I think it's called Noon Light. You put that app on your phone. It's a free app. You put your finger on it. You open the app. You put your finger on it. When you release, you have to create a PIN. It's not, you don't have to pay nothing for this. It's free. Okay? You pay Zippo for people who have Android. I'm not sure what it is for iPhone, but I'm sure iPhone has their thing similar to it. Okay? Look for free apps. Don't look for apps that charge you, because that's just stupid. When it comes to emergency situation, if you didn't pay that month, you're out of luck. No, we're not playing that game. Anyway, you press on it. You create a pin. You press on it. You hold it down. When you release your finger off of it, it gives you seconds to put your pin in. If you do not put your pin in because you are in a crisis, everybody's coming. Fire, police, ambulance, everybody and their mama is coming for you to help you out. Now, what happened was with me, Lord help me. And I'm going to post the video where these men are they're wilding out because women are telling them no. I told you most of them are narcissists. I told you this. Come on. So I think every woman, or almost every woman, and I'll get back to Moonlight in a second, almost every woman has been demoted from queen to pauper in 2 seconds flat because she was polite and said no thank you. And, oh, you think you are that, bitch? We've all been through it. I've been through it. Because you're supposed to give him everything he wants. Because he's narcissistic. Because boys get treated a certain way when they're growing up, and then they become adults where their butts are kissed. All in the corporate world, men look out for other men and this and that. It's a boys club. So that just feeds into their narcissism because they all help each other. And then here you are telling them, no, they ain't used to that. They're not used to that shit at all. So anyway, with Moonlight, one night I must have accidentally hit it. I have my phone next to me. Not real close to me, right? But it's next to me in case I have my alarm on or whatever. And apparently I hit it and released it, and I didn't put my pin in. My phone started ringing off the hook, and I'm kind of in a daze, kind of out there because I'm so tired. They called me. The people that monitor this, they called me and they said, "Are you okay? This is Moonlight. Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." "Oh, okay. Because the alarm went off and we weren't sure if you were okay or if you were in a crisis." I said, "No, I'm good. I'm sorry. I accidentally must have hit it." So what I did was I put it on a different page on my phone. It's still easy to get to, but I put it on a different page so it's not on my the front of my phone. Now, if I'm in a crisis or if I'm potentially in a situation where I need it like ASAP, I can put it back on the front screen so I don't have to go fishing for it. But yeah, they will ring your phone off the hook to make sure you're okay. And of course, if you don't respond, then the whole cavalry's coming. And that'd be really embarrassing for a guy if everybody and their mama has to respond because your stupid ass don't know how to respond to no. And she was polite and sweet and everything. There are women that have to resort, they feel that they have to resort to giving their phone number, regardless of being engaged, married, or whatever, because if I don't give him a number, my life's on the line. Nobody should be forced to give you a phone number because you got a God complex, because you're a narcissist. Or otherwise sick. Nobody should be forced to give you their phone number. They should not. It blows my mind how entitled these motherfuckers are. It blows my mind that he's acting like he wants to haul off and punch you out because you told him no. Are you like 5 years old or something? But they've never been told no. You'd be surprised. Well, maybe you wouldn't be surprised how many Male species cannot accept the word no. They've never been told no their whole life. They ain't never got a beat down. They ain't never been told no. Mama kisses their butt. Grandma kisses their butt. Oh, that's my baby. That's the only grandson. Come here, baby. You stole something from the store. Don't do that no more. That's not nice. Now give me some sugar. When you ain't never had, nobody called you on the carpet and nobody tore your behind up because you did the wrong thing, you become an adult who is mentally off, and you get angry because somebody don't want to do that. They don't want to do what you want them to do. So if you're sick in your head because you had your butt kissed your whole life, you become a psycho, and you are definitely, you're worse than a narc, because my God, what the hell? They've never been told no. So how dare you tell them no? How dare you? Who do you think you are? Another thing you could do is, if you can't get out of there in a timely manner, if you're near the store, go inside the store and contact security and let them know. There was a lady, I think she's on this video that I'm going to put in the description. She, what did she do? She told the guy no. She went in the store, told security, and security had to escort her to her car because horny toad is not going to accept no. And then they started cussing the security out. Because again, they're off. Nobody tells them no. Who do you think you are? And the security had told her, don't worry, if I have to protect you and me, I got this. So don't worry about it. He didn't have to resort to anything, so that's good. But this is becoming another epidemic of, I'm entitled. I have a God complex. Nobody tells me no. I don't know who you think you are. I don't know who you think you are, that you're living in a fantasy world where no one has ever told you no before. These are the same types that if they apply for a job and they don't get the job, they want to go and get a weapon and come back and start opening fire on everybody. Because they're not used to nobody telling them no. How dare you? So you just proved why you shouldn't be hired, because you're off your rocker. You're off your rocker. Nobody should feel like their life is in jeopardy because they told you no. And we shouldn't have to tiptoe on eggshells and make sure we verbalize it just right so that you don't get mad. Boy, you done lost your mind up in here. You lost your mind up in here, for real. Women's lives are in danger because of trafficking. Women's lives are in danger because of men who cannot control themselves. Women's lives are in danger because they said no, and you don't tell them no ever. You think you all that, you stuck up hoe? Wow, I got a demotion quick, didn't I? Went from all that to a hoe, to a garden tool. But, I mean, the one woman was trying to get groceries and she was harassed and harassed and harassed and harassed. So you got two things working against them. They're mentally unstable, regardless of what is wrong with them, whether it's narcissism, sociopathy, or psychopathy, it doesn't matter. They're off. So they got that against them. And then they're horny on top of that. So that's a double whammy. They don't have sexual self-discipline. So between the two of them, that's a dangerous combination. Horny and entitled. Everybody's supposed to give me booty. I don't care who you are, and I don't care how many husbands you got, and how many kids you got, and it's just crazy. Entitlement and no sexual self-control. The two of those are a deadly combination. So I'm going to post the video in the description. One woman, are you ready? Are you ready? I don't think you're ready. This dude is taking this young lady to court for, I think it's $6 million because she rejected him. I'm not kidding, I'm serious. Now, if I was the judge, I would laugh him right out of my courtroom. But we have so many destructive judges, and we know why. We don't have to draw a picture. We know why they're destructive, but they are. A lot of them are. So I don't know how this is going to play out in court. If I was the judge, I'd laugh you right out of my courtroom. Boy, please. Case dismissed. Next. But that's just me. I would not entertain this foolishness. $6 million? Are you kidding me right now? Do you see the proof of the narcissism? Do you see what I'm telling you? You see proof of it every single day. And you know what? You know what? You're in danger even if you don't tell them no. You just minding your damn business. You just minding your business. Jogging. There was one girl. I want to say, don't get me to tell it. I want to say it's Long Island or Rhode Island or something. She was drop dead gorgeous. The woman is so beautiful, unbelievably beautiful. She was jogging, minding her own business, and she was assaulted and murdered. They did get the suspect eventually. They did get him. And I think he confessed. I'm not sure. But she was so beautiful. She's just breathtaking how beautiful she is. She's minding her damn business. So even if you don't speak to them, you just doing your life. You're in danger. Ladies, be careful. Be very, be very, very careful, please. I mean, I hate the way the world is. I'm just going to put it out there. I hate the way the world is. I hate the way people are. I hate all the scamming and lying and people victimizing other people, and males can't control themselves, and the entitlement and the horniness together, like I said, is a deadly combination. Lack of self-control, massive ego, all of these are a deadly combination. Keep your head on a swivel, ladies. Please. Please. And if somebody who has a crush on you, and I've seen situations like this before, they find out where you live, and they give you a champagne bottle, I just was thinking of you, or they give you food, do not eat that, do not drink that, because it could be laced with something that could eliminate you. That's us. Look how nice I am. I'm going to take this rejection so beautifully. Here's cookies or brownies or a bottle of champagne. I'm thinking of you. Too bad we can't have the champagne together and toast to our future. I respect your feelings. Next thing you know, you indulge in that and you're dead. Punishment because you did not tell him yes. Do not dare eat that food. Do not dare drink that drink. I hate the world the way it is. I really do. I just, I miss the old school days where people were more authentic, more respectful, more caring, and the deterioration of our connections. We don't have connections anymore like we used to, and people are way more evil than they've ever been, and there's super softness on crime, which is done on purpose to destroy this country, and people who are evil know about all of that. So they feel like, hey, I'm not going to get a major sentence anyway, so that gives me permission to do exactly as I please. Even if it means commit murder, I'm not going to get a huge, hefty sentence. So I could do what the hell I want to do because we don't have a justice system anymore. The world stinks. The way it is now is just awful. So all we have is each other, and all we can do is do kindness for other people, put more love into the world, give someone a compliment, love on a puppy, because God knows they always need some hugs and kisses. Love on a kitten. I'm going to end with this. I saw a couple a few months ago in the store, and they had a little itty bitty kitten, and I fell in love. Oh my God. And they said they found it underneath their car hiding, and they tried to leave and it wouldn't let them leave. It kept crying, crying, crying. And so they went to the store. They went to the store to get, all the things you need when you got a new pet all of a sudden. You got to get a litter box, you got to get food, you got to get, whatever you need to get. I don't know if probably too young for flea collar and all that. But itty bitty, I mean, could barely fit in the palm of your hand, so cute. And I said, "Oh my God, can I hold him or her?" They're like, "Yeah." So I held, the baby real close to me. And of course, they're tiny, so they can't really regulate their body temperature. So I held him close to me or her. And then I, was pulled, we'll say him, pulled him away to give him back to the parents. And it start crying because it was enjoying my body heat. And I'm like, honey, these are your new parents. I'm not your mom. These are your new parents. But I'm glad they did the right thing and took him in. And now they got a kitty. So, yeah. Uh, we gotta find tender moments where and when we can. Because the world is so dark. The world is so dark. It really is, but we got to find happy moments where we can, tender moments where we can, give somebody a compliment before the week is out. Do random acts of kindness, and we got to combat the evil with love. You guys take care. Bye-bye.